I'm going to hope that this holds the phone because it's a very large phone case. Oh, again.
It's not as big as mine.
Excuse me? I know what you're saying. Yeah, but you've got a foldable phone.
I have, yes.
You have. I'm going to take it out now because that scares me. I'm going to put it in this one. There we go. That's better. I did just put it on this one here, but I was scaring me that it was going to fall off. There we go. So, apart from being ill over Christmas, did you have a good Christmas?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, it was alright. It was Michael, my mum, sister, and I went and picked them up Christmas Day, took them home Christmas night, picked them up Boxing Day, took them home. Oh. And then on the 27th, I was down back in Warrington closing down the shop.
Yeah.
That's how I broke my fingers.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's a silly thing to do.
Yeah. I should not have been on the ladder.
Did you fall off the ladder?
I did fall off the ladder. I was lucky I didn't break my neck.
You should not have been on the ladder.
I shouldn't be on the ladder because my legs give way a lot.
Yeah.
So I should not have been on the ladder. But I was on the ladder. And while I was laying on the floor going, oh, have I broken my neck? I wiped my mouth like that and there was just blood everywhere. And I was like, oh
no.
my God, have I broken my teeth? And I hadn't. Because I was like, where am I going to get the money together to go and fix my teeth? And then it was like, oh, my nose is bleeding. Have I broke my nose?
Oh, God.
And I hadn't. I'd only broken my finger, which was amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Michael has got vertigo. So he couldn't help me. So
yeah,
it was needs must. And
well, if I'd have known that, I'd have offered me services.
But you were poorly.
Yeah, well, you didn't know that, and if I'd have known, that situation, I'd have come across and.
Yeah, but I had, Michael had vertigo. He was in bed, and every time he moved, he threw up.
Yeah.
Then my brother-in-law, he fell down the stairs holding his 6-year-old, so he was waiting for an ambulance to turn up. My other friend who was going to help me ended up with stomach flu, so...
Oh, no.
All the guys who were meant to be helping me, they couldn't help me, so it was literally left to me.
You got it all sorted, though?
Yeah, I have got nothing left. I have left some stuff at the premises, but I don't have keys to the premises anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was from the 31st. I didn't have access to the building.
Yeah.
That was the last day.
A bittersweet day.
Do you know what? Michael was shocked that I didn't have much emotion on it. But I was glad to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Had in the 15 years that I'd had it, I'd miscarried 3 pregnancies.
Oh.
I'd buried 3 members of my family. And I'd taken 2 lots of overdose while I was there as well.
Yeah.
So it was like, time to go.
Definitely bittersweet.
Yeah. I mean, I was fighting for a year to get a new lease.
Yeah.
And they were not forthcoming with a new lease. And
right.
Or they wanted, all they kept on saying is you've got to pay more money. You've got to pay more money. I think I've got it they wanted it at 16 grand a year.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Yeah, so I think that initially when I looked at the building in 2008, it was 20,000 a year.
Yeah.
And I've got it down to 12 a year.
Yeah.
They wanted it to go up to 18, and I'd got it down to 16. But then it was like, oh, this month you got to pay an additional whatever. Then you got to pay. So like from June to August, on top of my monthly lease money or rent, I should say, in June they wanted an extra £1,500. In August they want in July they want an extra £3,000, and in August they want an additional £1,500 on top of what I was already paying. And in August I went, do you know what? You can have £500 and that's it.
Yeah.
And Michael said, what are you doing? Are we going to keep fighting? I said, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
And going from that and having all that on my shoulders, I did take an overdose. I didn't mean to.
Oh. But everything was up in the air and yeah.
Yeah, I took an overdose. And when I realised what I'd done, what I had in my hand, I threw down the toilet.
Yeah.
And 3 hours later, I told Lily. An hour after that, I told Emma. And then 6 hours later, I told Michael. And we went to the hospital. And it's like, yeah, we're just going to have to monitor you now because it's too late to pump your stomach. It's like, okay.
Yeah, you're well into absorption after 6 hours.
Yeah. And it's messed up my liver.
Oh, God.
But they're just monitoring it with blood tests at the moment.
Yeah.
But I have to keep going to the hospital for blood tests.
Well, that's only up the road, so it's not too bad, I suppose.
No, it's not too bad. It's like when you got the psych team coming in and you go, oh, why did you do it? Why did you try to kill yourself? And it was like, I didn't. When I realised what I was doing, I was sitting at my desk and I had a handful of tablets like that, and it was like, crap, what have I done?
Yeah.
And they said, so what's done it? And it's like, everything. Mum nearly dying. Mum spending 7 months in hospital. Fighting for a new lease.
Yeah.
Trying to cope with all the cost of living, not getting any help over COVID. You name it.
Yeah.
It's been happening.
Oh.
And then with losing my mother-in-law, and then my auntie in the same year as well, I just went, la. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Good afternoon, Loxley Barbers. How can I help?
I need to take you back to your hotel. No. I need to know what hotel you're staying.
Yes, it is.
Kim?
No. It's my house, yeah.
Do you remember the name?
Yes, that's right.
Can you tell me?
I've got appointments in front of you, I'm afraid. No, and I will see you at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hang on.
So how is your new job going anyway?
Well, I'm permanent.
You're permanent? That's amazing.
I am permanent. Going really well. Getting lots of work in, which is good. Unfortunately, they shut the Thorney site, but they're making this like the machining hub as such.
Okay.
So it's all good.
That's good.
It is all good.
And you had enough time off over Christmas and all that, yeah?
Oh yeah. We finished on the Friday. We didn't go back. We don't go back till the second sort of thing.
Oh, right, that's not
so
bad.
we have the Christmas week off.
I had that off this year.
Yes.
First time in 30 years I did not work between Christmas and New Year.
Oh God.
It was like, I don't know what to do with myself. And Michael's going, well, just box up the shop. And it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it. I'm normally back at work on the 28th, all the way through until New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But he was going, enjoy it. And it was like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah. Because you got into that routine.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, as such being self-employed,
Oh, yeah.
a business owner, you know, you think, I've got to do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, you know, I can understand with the upheaval of shutting the shop down,
yeah,
bringing it all over here, setting up here, and
it's not ideal in my conservatory, but it's a means to an end.
Yeah.
This is my dining room.
Was.
It will be again once the garage is completed.
Yeah. This is just temporary. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only temporary at the moment.
That's right. I ran out of.
I thought it was close to being finished.
I can see a couple. When I'm like this, I can see some hairs, but I'm just making sure that it is completely flat on top.
No, I meant the garage.
Oh, the garage?
Yeah.
No.
Ah.
No. We need the electric works doing and signing off. We need the water doing and signing off. And the builder is stuck doing another job, which should have finished in November. But he can't get out of that at the moment.
Yeah.
So people keep saying, "Oh, when are you going to be in the garage?" It's like, I don't know. How long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
I really don't know.
But the thing is, Loxley Barbers is up and
Loxley
running.
Barbers is still going.
Yeah.
I have not given up.
Thank God for that.
Yes, and even though people kept on saying, "Oh, I hear that you've given up your lease," and it's like, no. I hear you've given up your business. Can I take it over? No, my business is not for sale.
No. You can have Loxley Barbers, the old site.
You can't have Loxley Barbers.
No.
I'm going to trademark it.
Good.
When I get enough money together, I'm going to trademark it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to trademark it.
That's good. No, because I see Bretton's looking for another stylist. Bretton Barbers.
3 they're looking for?
3?
I'm sure it was 3 that I saw.
Oh, God.
I might be wrong.
I've seen an advert for 1.
I'm not sure. I thought it was for 3. Or was it for 3 days?
3 days.
Could be.
Possibly more days as well.
Yeah, Jack, you know.
But who wants to just work for 3 days when you've got a family to look after?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to build up your experience. You can't just work for 3 days.
No. It's a sad state of affairs, really.
It is.
You know, that when Amanda went, they lost a lot of custom, and then there was a lot of bitching. And
When I left there, I took all my clients over to Warrington.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to tell them where I was going. I was just like, just look in the paper. And it was like, where are you going? It's like, look in the paper.
Yeah.
And then there was an article about me opening in Warrington. And I was the first or the only barbers in Peterborough at the time that was owned and run by women.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That is a really good thing.
I haven't seen you for ages, have I?
5, 6 weeks.
Did I tell you about being called short, fat and ugly?
No.
Well, I was talking to one of my ladies, and I've been doing her hair 30 years. So you've got to remember that, yeah? She's 74. Right, now I've never heard this woman F and Jeff. Never heard her.
Yeah.
And this guy came in, and we was talking about Matthew Perry, because he was my first crush.
Yeah.
And he started like going, when I was talking about him, and like, Angie first said, "Are you okay over there?" And he just went, And then he said, we said something else. It was about my husband giving me a sorry for your loss card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, because like we got married in '93, and it was like I said to my husband and the priest, so just let you know now, Matthew Perry turns up, I'm off. Like that was in 1993. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. And so, like, my husband's known I've had the crush on Matthew Perry ever since.
Yeah.
Since I was about 15 or 16. And I met my husband when I was 17. So I was saying all this to Angie. Well, she knew about the crush on Matthew Perry anyway. She was just asking me how I was. And this guy, he just goes, "Do you actually think you stood a chance?" I was like, "Sorry?"
What?
He goes, "Do you actually think you stood a chance with Matthew Perry?" I went, "Again, sorry." And he goes, "Well, he had Julia Roberts, the most beautiful woman in the world. Yeah, and? Yeah, you're short, fat and ugly compared to her." And it was like, yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly.
And you need to leave because I'm not doing your hair. Right?
Good girl.
And he says to me, right, "Well, I've rung up and your manager has told me that you have to do my hair." I went, "Mate," I never call anyone mate. I went, "Mate, I'm the manager and I'm not doing your hair." He goes, "Well, it must have been the owner then." And I went, "My name is on the bloody door." And Angie at this point was effing and jeffing and started using the C word.
Really?
Yeah, never heard this woman swear in 30 years, right? She was effing and jeffing. I was going, just, shh. You don't know if he's carrying or anything. You don't know if he's got mental health problems.
Yeah.
And he was going, you don't stand a chance. You're short, fat and ugly. And it was like, okay, that's the third time you've told me that. Now I'm requesting that you leave my premises. And he goes, I understand you're married. I was like, yes, I am married. I've been married for a number of years. Okay, well, I need to speak to your husband. Why? Why do you want to speak to my husband? Because he needs to put you back in your place.
Oh my God.
And it was like, really? I'm going to phone the police now. You need to leave. And I said, you don't want me to tell my husband that either. And he goes, bring it on. And I went, okay, all I've got to do is press this SOS button. And I said, because I had one with Verisure.
Yeah.
I said, all I've got to do is press the SOS button. And I said, you'll be escorted to the police station.
Yeah.
And it was like another 10 minutes before I got him out of the shop.
Oh my
And like Michael said, when I told Michael, he just laughed. Right? And he goes, Matthew Perry would like you. He goes, you're beautiful. And it was like, oh, thanks. And I told him what he said. And he goes, did you cut his hair? Did you just like do a zero all over? And it was like, no. And he goes, did you like get the scissors and like smack him in the head with the scissors? And it was like, no. I said, I'm professional. I just said I wasn't going to do his hair. And he's like, yeah. So yeah, I'm officially short, fat and ugly. It's like I'm 5'2". I wear an 1.5 inch heel because I'm so short. No, I'm 5'1 3/4. That's what I am. 157 centimeters, which is 5'1 3/4. Yeah. And I'm not a size 8, not a size 10. I'm a size 14 to 16. So if that makes me fat, then so be it.
And like you say, beauty is in
the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And yeah, I told Michael, and he's just laughing his head off. Because he's stupid.
My first reaction is, I think Julia Roberts is quite fugly. But again, that's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
if she came up, dropped all her clothes and said, "Take me now," I said, "Where do you want to go?"
You'd be going first.
No. I wouldn't. No. My wife's 5'4". She'll admit she's overweight.
Who isn't?
Exactly. I'm 6 foot. I'm overweight.
If you look at the BMI, which it is, my BMI is to be overweight. No, actually, where did I look? It was on one of these diet magazines. Yeah. To be the ideal weight is to be your BMI should be between 18 and 22.
Yeah.
I looked at mine for my height. That means I should be 6 stone 1.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's no way I'm going to get to 6 stone 1 without being really ill. When I was really, really ill, after I had both my stomach operations, I think I went down to 10 stone and you could see all my bones.
Yeah.
Literally, all my bones are coming out. And I had to go on to build up.
Yeah.
Because they said I was malnourished and all this, and I had to put some weight on. So there's no way that I could be 6 stone.
No, I'm supposed to be 11.5 stone for my height.
Yeah,
That ain't happening. 12.5, 13, I'd be happy. So that's a 3 stone weight loss.
Yeah.
That ain't happening, though.
I think from what I should be to what I am, I'm, what, £10 over what I should be? I don't care.
£10 overweight?
£10 overweight?
That's nothing.
No. From what the gastroenteritis, them people.
Yeah, gastroentomologists.
That's it, because I always say it ends up being like all about the stars. But they said that for my height, for my weight, for my stomach condition and all that, I'm £10 over a little bit. But if I can just sneak under the £10, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
£10 or less, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're a happy person.
I am happy. I was happy when I was big, and I'm happy when I'm small.
I've lost 4 or 5 stone over the past few years. You know, I haven't gone, I'm not eating anything. There you go. Mass drop off. It's just learning to eat a little less.
Well, the thing with me is, I had, in 2008, I miscarried twins.
Oh.
And I developed a huge hernia which strangulated. So I had to have emergency stomach surgery to undo it, which caused me, the hernia caused me to miscarry.
Oh.
Then the hernia strangulated, so I had emergency surgery.
Yeah.
And it never really righted itself. And then the diabetes got really bad, and they gave me 5 years to live.
Oh, God.
So I needed a gastro. I had to have a gastric bypass.
Yeah.
To save my life, basically, to try and bring the diabetes under control.
Oh, God.
And they said you'd have this if you were severely overweight.
Yes.
And I went, okay, so how severely overweight do you need it to be to have this surgery? It was like 20 stone or more.
Yeah.
I think I was 14 stone. So there was no way I was heavy enough for it.
No.
But yeah, I lost 5 stone, 6 stone with that. And I've put on 1.5 stone since the operation. I don't care. I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yeah.
You're good in yourself?
Definitely.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's a lot better.
Do you want to see yourself then, Harlequin? Did you wake up? Right, do you want any wax or gel one?
No, that's absolutely fine.
You have got one hair just there. Let me just grab that.
You know, you've got my phone number. If you ever need anything, you know where I am.
I know.
If you're feeling as though you want to talk, to a complete stranger. Well, not a stranger,
No.
but, you know, you just want to get shit off your chest. My phone's always on.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's one of those. I've had some shit recently. You know, we buried my auntie just before Christmas. Even though there was a will, her 4 nephews and nieces, me, my sister, and my 2 cousins. Everything's going to us, split quarter. But it's all gone to probate, even though there was a will.
It has to, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has to. When my uncle died, it took us a year to sell his house, and then it was 6 months in probate.
Yeah. She didn't have a house to sell because she'd had a house, sold it, and she was in like a sheltered housing situation. You know, but the paperwork I got last night about, you know, all the information they want. You know, it's not, have you ever had any gifts from your aunt and this, that and the other? No, we haven't.
My uncle wanted me to take his car before he passed away. And I said, no. I said, I've got a car. I don't need your car. And he goes, I want you to have my car. And I went, I can't take your car because it's part of your estate.
Yeah.
And he goes, we both know what's going to happen to it. And I went, yeah, and I don't want to fight that fight.
Yeah.
And he goes, but just take it. I've given it to you. And I went, I can't take it because you've already written it into your will. I can't take it.
Yeah.
And he goes, what happens if I correct the will? And I said, but that first will still stays on file because it's an alteration.
But with the alteration, that then becomes...
I would have been taken to court by my cousin. I would have been taken to court.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But what I've been watching. Tell you what, can you remember a 70s TV programme called The Brothers? It was on BBC, and it was about 3 brothers, and this bloke's secretary took over the haulage company. It's Hammond's Transport. I think it ended up... but it's
I was born in 73, so I don't actually remember anything until about 77.
Yeah, but this... there's been like talk about contesting wills and this, that and the other. And
that might have been on before, after I went to bed. But
the wife, or the late wife, she's going on about challenging the will, and she went to the solicitors, and he said, you can challenge the will, but wouldn't happen. It's very rare.
My uncle wanted me to be the the executor of the will.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, I'll gladly be the executor of your will. I said, but you know it will be a fight. I said, you need a solicitor. And he goes, oh, if you're an executor, I can't leave you anything. And I went, yeah, I'll be your executor because I don't want nothing.
You can be an executor and have stuff bequeathed you.
Yeah, but I didn't want anything because I didn't want the fight.
Yes, yeah.
And I said to my uncle, please, just go and see a solicitor so it's legally binding. And then it was challenged. But the solicitor sorted it out, even though it was challenged.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, because I was really close to my uncle, because he was also my godfather, I was really, really close to him. And it was like, nah, I'm so glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But just before he died, I'd go to church, come back from church, and I'd read him all about what we'd done at church and all that, and then we'd sit there and watch Columbo.
Oh, nice. Peter Falk.
Yeah, we'd watch that. Because that was our favourite film, favourite programme all growing up, was Columbo. And I think he died... When did Peter Falk die?
Not so long ago.
No, I think my Uncle Dave died, because my Uncle Dave died in 2011.
Yeah.
And so I think Peter Falk was like 2014, 15.
Something like that. It's not so long ago.
No. Well, it's 10 years.
Well, yeah. It's like when you sit down and go, oh, listen to this track from the 1980s, and you think,
that's 40 years ago.
crap.
I'm 50 now, and I never thought
Yeah.
I'd be 50, and it was like, wow, I'm 50.
I'm 55 this year.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, the same age as my sister. My sister's 55 this year.
yeah.
Or my eldest sister is. But she's got profound learning difficulties, so...
Your daughter's not going to quit the
Yeah.
deal. You didn't raise an idiot. But you might consider getting out all
Oh.
the house for a short time.
Right. You've had to sit down now, you have to go home now.
Yeah. Via Greg's.
Via Greg's. Oh, very nice.
The Friday treat.
What is your Friday treat? Ours is fish and chips.
Well, this is Greg's, the Friday treat, because I finish like 1:30. I'm home by normally home by about 2:30, so I pick somebody up and drop them off at
Yeah.
home. They live in Autumn, work at the same place. And I'll drop him off, go to Greg's, get the boss a vegan sausage roll, because she likes them. I'll have a...
How is that a sausage roll if it's vegan?
I know. You can't use the word vegan and sausage in the same
No.
sentence, but they get away with it. And then have that, and then, well, don't know what we might have. No, we had fish and chips last night.
Oh, we have fish and
No.
chips every Friday.
Yeah, fish and chip Friday.
Yeah.
That's what's a religious thing?
That is very...
Catholic religion.
It is. Like tonight, because I normally cook it, but tonight we're getting it from the fish and chip shop.
Which one?
Neverton.
Oh, that's our one.
Best one at Neverton.
It is.
Yeah, 100% Neverton fish and chip shop. Oh God, that's still recording.